Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you.
Will you please bow your heads and join me in prayer? Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for giving us this opportunity to gather today. Now more than ever, we recognize what a great privilege it is to be able to convene as a graduating class. We are thankful for each person who has helped make it possible for us to walk this stage. We pray a blessing over our teachers, mentors, friends, and family as they come together in support of our accomplishments. As we close this chapter of our lives and begin the next, I pray you will allow us to have strength and focus to follow the path you have set before us. I pray each graduate would feel proud and enjoy celebrating their success. May we each live passionately and with purpose to bring honor and glory to you. Amen.
This time we should have the national anthem that's pre-recorded by our choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
Class of 2020, parents and guests, you may be seated. This morning's welcome will be provided by Senior Class President Zoe Alma.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome, parents, teachers, friends, and students. We are here today to celebrate the graduating class of 2020. Fellow students, your hard work, dedication, and persistence have led you to this point today. Class of 2020, the world needs what you have to offer. Our class is unique for many reasons, not only because of the variety of successes in sports, academics, and the arts, but also because of the challenges the world has thrown our way. The class of 2020 was born into a world seemingly broken by the catastrophic events of 9/11. Today, as graduates, we join the world amidst the hardships this medical crisis has thrown at not only our country, but at our world over the past few months. These challenges and hardships have played a defining role in your resilient character, class of 2020. As stated by Albert Einstein, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. We have all witnessed our country and world assimilate in the face of adversity by working together to overcome these setbacks that the class of 2020 has endured. And now we can look forward to the many opportunities to come. Fellow graduates, let not these events discourage you from the greatness within you. Each and every one of you has been shaped into the person you have become today because of the challenges you have surpassed and thusly grown from in tremendous ways. Although each of our high school experiences may have been different, we all share one thing in common. We are united by our heritage at Boswell High School, the culture of excellence instilled in us from our teachers and administrators. We are united as a graduating class of 2020 from Boswell High School. After 12 years of dedication to your own education and future, the time has finally come to move on to the next opportunity that the path of life holds. The coming journey in your lives will be one filled with new challenges to face and overcome, joys in which to celebrate, and endless opportunities to explore. This past school year has been a defining year for us. We have reached a ridgeline in life where every decision we have made and will continue to make has and is defining the next steps of our lives. I would like to leave you, my fellow classmates, family, teachers, and friends, with a quote from Peter McWilliams, an American writer, that I have clung to throughout my own high school experience. Be willing to be uncomfortable. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. It may get tough, but it's a small price to pay for living a dream. Class of 2020, I urge you to chase your dreams, chase after your ambitions, and to never grow comfortable. Thank you.
Thank you, Zoe. Before the recognition of our Salutatorian and Valedictorian, there are always special people that make this morning's ceremony possible. I ask that you stand to be recognized. The Eagle Mountain ISD Board of Trustees, our superintendent, EMS leadership, Boswell administrators, counselors, and teachers, and our feeder pattern administrators. Thank you for all that you've done. I would like to honor another very special group that I know is bursting with pride today. If you are a parent or a guardian of one of our graduates, would you please stand so that our students in the audience may honor you? At this time, please welcome the Salutatorian for the class of 2020, Paige Looney. As Paige comes forward, I would like to ask her parents, Todd and Michelle Looney, who are seated to my right, to please stand. Paige is graduating with a numerical average of 104.098 and plans to attend Hardin-Simmons University. She will major in psychology and minor in honors. May I present to you our 2020 Salutatorian, Paige Looney.
Good morning, Pioneer students, teachers, and honored guests. This certainly isn't where I thought I would be delivering my speech this Saturday morning. A sea of Boswell blue and gold Jedi robes sit before me, and yet here we are in the Chisholm Trail Ranger Stadium. It's an odd experience for certain, but I hope that makes it special to what I hope only ever must happen to the class of 2020. Before I get into what would be called the quote-unquote deep portion of my speech, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the influential people that got all of us here. To our teachers, those in the stadium, throughout the country, and those who are no longer with us. To our parents, grandparents, and guardians that enabled us to be in these seats today. To the EMS ISD administrators that made this graduation ceremony possible. They are the reason that we are here. Let's take a moment and celebrate them with a round of applause. Additionally, I'd like to give a special shout out to my parents, grandparents, and youth pastor. Thank you for always supporting me. I would not be at this podium without you. God blessed me when he placed y'all into my life. Now on to the deep stuff. We started this year with jokes about 2020 vision, which my glasses and blurry sight made me feel left out of. 2019 was what would be considered normal on most accounts, and that was maintained until the news of the coronavirus hit. Think about it, guys. Can you even remember how you spent March 6th? Not even one of us knew that that was going to be our last day of traditional schooling. It was meant to be a temporary goodbye until we saw one another again after spring break. But spring break turned into 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned into distance learning through April. Through April became not returning to Boswell as students ever again. It was a harsh reality we faced as we continued to learn and trek through the murky waters that was distance learning. It loomed over me, the knowledge that my senior year and everything I had worked so diligently for felt ruined. Yet we persevered, and here we are, back together for one last time. We have gone through the unthinkable, and we survived. We are here, together, to receive our accolades, our recognition for the time and effort and troubles that we faced this year. And I truly commend each and every one of you. This is not what we pictured our senior year to be like, but it has brought us closer together as a class, even though we have to stay 6 feet apart from each other. Be proud of the fact that you are a senior in the class of 2020. Be bold in the face of these struggles and trials. Know that countless prayers were said for you. Know that we do not stand alone, but with each other. It is with pride that I have delivered this speech to you, because I stand proud of all of you as well. Thank you for this time and for listening to me. Now, can we hurry this up and get to breakfast? Because I didn't eat and I'm already starving.
The valedictorian for the class of 2020 is Kristen Jumas. As Kristen makes her way to the stage, I would like for her parents, who are seated to my right, Stephen and Deborah Jumas, to please stand and be recognized. Kristen is graduating with a numerical average of 105.102 and plans to attend Tulane University this fall. She will double major in cellular and molecular biology and minor in neuroscience. With honor, I present the 2020 valedictorian of Boswell High School, Kristen Jumas.
Graduates and faculty, family and friends, whether in person or virtually, thank you for being here to celebrate the class of 2020. We honor all Pioneer families and supporters here today. To my own mom and dad, thank you for supporting my interests and encouraging me to put my life in God's hands. To my sister, thank you for countless hours of listening and laughter. But equally to friends and family, we would not be here walking today without one another. So graduates, thank you for your unique voices and for listening to mine. To Macy, Lydia, Natalia, and Rachel, thank you for the fun times, the study nights, and infinite encouragement. I would like to thank Dr. Chadwell, the school board, Mrs. Davis, all of our APs, faculty, and any volunteers for wanting to honor this milestone in each of our lives. One final group worth all of the support and the applause in the world are the amazing teachers here in EMS ISD. Your immeasurable patience grows students as learners, athletes, artists, and people. Even in these last moments, I've seen Mr. Chipchap's patience, Miss Freeman's enthusiasm, Miss Reed listening to me, JP and Joni who pointed me to Christ, Miss Wallace's love for me, Miss McGill's helpfulness, and Mr. Gauze's endless encouragement. Thank you, educators. And now, to the class of 2020. Before anything else, congratulations. We've had pretty much the best senior ditch day of all time. But needless to say, this is not what we expected. There have been challenges, some involving others and some faced alone. some brought on by COVID and some not, and some within our control and some outside of it. I'd like to take a moment to capitalize on that last idea, the uncontrollable, the circumstances that infiltrate each of our lives, lives where we've had everything planned out perfectly. And as much as I would love to be standing up here today in a completely full arena with all of my family and friends, and to be able to give my teachers and classmates one last hug, as much as I would love to be able to say, we've already faced the challenge of COVID-19, it is over, the reality is we're still in the middle of this obstacle, with no clue when it will end and what that looks like. In the moment, our circumstances can leave us with happiness or grief, excitement or uncertainty, and blessings or change. I don't know what obstacles you're facing, but I do know that even in the uncontrollable, there's always something we can control. Our outlook is so powerful. If we quit in our minds before we even face the obstacle, it has already won. Our circumstances only define us if we choose to let them. And now I understand that that feels unnatural. My first defense is never to embrace the challenge, but think of any challenge you faced. The first time you rode a bike. The moments of fear as you tried to find your balance. Maybe you fell. Maybe the cuts and scrapes were so bad that your 7 or 8-year-old brain told you to not get up. Don't try again. But what about when you chose to push past that fear, and whether immediately or after try, you gained your balance and you pedaled on? In some challenge, no matter how small, you had to decide to keep going. Like the first time your mom dropped you off at school, or your first fight with a friend. Whatever those firsts were, they've undoubtedly shaped you. And right now, your mindset amidst the uncontrollable is shaping you. And the reality is, for the rest of our lives, seasons of obstacles will continue to shape who we are. And yes, instead of riding a bike, the challenges grow, but so do we. Friends, I cannot wait to celebrate the unique ways each of us succeeds and the lessons we continue to learn in our futures. Our circumstances will not limit the resilient people that we become. Thank you.
I'm going to let her get back to her seat because she's actually part of this first group that we honor. I would like to take a moment to recognize a few groups who have embraced a standard of excellence. The first students to cross the stage will be our top 10 in numerical order. If this group of students will please stand to be honored. The next group to celebrate is wearing bright gold cords, designating them as our top 10% honor graduates. All students have a numerical average over 97.779 or better. I ask the top 10% to please stand so that we may honor you. We have a current college student in our top 10% that completed high school coursework at the end of the first semester and began attending UNT this spring. At this time, we would like to honor Emily Alliong as a part of the top 10% honor graduates. Please be seated. Next, we will recognize the members of the National Honor Society as they are noted by the special collars that they are wearing. I ask our NHS students to stand as we honor your accomplishment. Thank you. You may be seated. Last but certainly not least, if you have already enlisted, will be serving in the United States military, or will be a first responder, please stand and be recognized at this time. As you remain standing, I ask anyone in the audience that is serving or has served our country, is a first responder, or serves in the medical profession to rise so that we may honor and thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we want to acknowledge in memoriam the members of our pioneer family who left us all too soon. You are present in our hearts and memories. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. Class of 2020, you are special and you have made history. Although these may not be things written about in a history book, they are forever attached to you. Your class added a pep rally this year to celebrate winter sports. With both graduation cap decorating and senior quotes on the brink of extinction, you paved the way for future pioneers and set a positive standard. You had the best Boswell pageant I have seen to date. You set the record for the number of AP scholars and brought in $11.4 million in scholarship offers. You took no final exams, and you're graduating on a football field. Without a doubt, I know as you step forward and make your mark in the world, you are resilient. In closing, I will share the words from an anonymous poem written in 2015 titled, As It Is. It takes everything to follow through, to commit, to succeed, to define, to juggle, to dance. It takes everything, nothing less will do. Momentum, firstly, I have to start to move. It takes everything to accomplish what I set out to do. Resilience, logic, emotion, flexibility, endurance, humor. It takes it all. If I keep giving everything, I will receive something in return. Something well-deserved, something honestly earned. You have earned the right to celebrate and to take the next step forward. And as you do, I hope you think of Boz and the classmates, coaches, directors, and teachers who impacted you the most. And always remember, it's a great day to be a pioneer. I would now like to welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jim Chadwell, to the podium to certify the class of 2020.
My comments today will be very brief because we endeavor to be considerate of how important timing is in today's ceremony. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the district's leadership team, I want to thank each of you for being present at this important event today. We recognize that today's ceremony is unique and great efforts have been made for everyone to be in this stadium this morning. I want to thank all of those hundreds of people who have been involved in making this possible. If we could give them a round of applause, please. This is what EMS is about. When faced with the decision of how to respond to the pandemic, our community elected to honor these graduates, these young men and women, with an in-person graduation, because you deserve it, class of 2020. We're proud of you. We recognize that this decision means that not everyone could be physically here today, and that those of us who are here are required to be in assigned seats and adhere to strict social distancing and health protocols. But this community was not going to let those limitations get in the way of celebrating this important day. Students, we're here today because we believe in you and we care about you. It is an honor to serve you, and we are so proud of each of you, all that you have accomplished and all that you will accomplish. And I look forward to the incredible things of the class of 2020. But, as I said, this would be brief, and the moment has arrived for you to officially graduate. Therefore, students, please stand at this time. I, Dr. Jim Chadwell, by the authority vested to me by the state of Texas and the Eagle Mountain Saginaw Independent School District, hereby certify that each of these students has met all of the graduation requirements of the state of Texas and the school district. You are now ready to receive all awards and distinctions that accompany this honor. I now present the Boswell High School senior class of 2020.
It will be my pleasure to award your diplomas. Will the administration and the class of 2020 please prepare to come forward?
Kristen Danielle Jumas. Paige Allison Looney. Joseph George Hurlin. Bradley James Dobbins. Haley Mulugeta Tamia. Rachel Jean Hood. Caleb Edward Straker. Abigail Ring. Lindsay Catherine King. Reem Sarah Maza. Andrea Zulema Acuna. David Alexander Acuna. Elizabeth Renee Acuna Ortiz. Zoe Jaden Adama. Emily Aliong. Teresa Irene Alegria. Cy Mitchell Alvarado. Olivia K. Alvarez. Caleb Michael Anderson. Ayana Dene Kamakanalani Abella Anisak. Michaela Allison Archibald. Giovanni Diego Arcia Reyes. Fabian Isaiah Garcia. Andrew Ethan Garcia. Addison Ray Arani, Aranievas. Alyssa Brienne Armendariz. Samaj Devonico Armstead. Zachariah Lawrence Armstrong. Spencer David Arndt. Aquiales Asensio Ortiz. Juliana Ashley. Marcus Lee Avalos. Elwin Adonai Avalos Madrano. Lauren Ashley Avon. Nicole Marianne Ayarza. Camden Parker Babb. Sophia Papiana Baggett. Nevea Dawn Lynn Baird. Abigail Grace Ballantyne. Brooke Eileen Barber. Benjamin Joseph Alexander Barentine. Bailey Nicole Bartlett. William Lawrence Bennett. Kyle Gavin Bentz. Derek Marquise Berry. Brooke Mary Betts. Brooke Amber Biber. Corey Elise Biber. Sydney Brooke Biggs. Christopher Richard Blankenship. Marcus Robert Bong. Colby Ray Booth. Masai David Bualong. Lily Marie Butsisavat. Devonte Trayvon Boyd. Mary Grace Brandt. Garrett Jackson Brewer. Alexa Bronner. Garrett Ray Broom. Justin Christopher Broom. Bethany Ashland Brown. Jordan Nicole Brown. Lativia Deshay Lynette Brown. Ronderick O'Keefe Arthur Brown. Peyton Marie Bruton. Sierra Elise Burke. Hannah Ray Burke. Brendan James Byers. Garrett James Cadenhead. Bianca Carrasquillo. Mark Anthony Cavillo. Colby Larson Canterbury. Jesus Yasael Cantu. Savannah Faye Cardwell. Colby Lee Carpenter. Priscilla Marianne Carrillo. Trevor Lloyd Carroll. Madison Ann Carter. DeMarco Kashawn Casimir. Ariel Alicio Castillo. Gavin Tyler Castillo. John Marcus Castillo. Cassandra Maricela Castillo. Sean Marcus Castillo. Peyton Cole Castillo. Minerva Elizabeth Castro. Dakota Wesley Cates. Brian Alejandro Cerrillo. Raymond Cervantes. Eileen Chacon. Jake Chadwell. Savon Derek Chakrato. Caden Riley Chauncey. Sabrina Chanthavong. Parker Lene Chaplin. Liam Michael Clevenger. Caitlin Christina Coast. Montrell Lavelle Coleman. Kaysen Gage Clonch. Sydney Elaine Coppa. Ryan Nicholas Cordero. Dana Christine Chatta. Reina Jeanette Chavez. Ariana Chavez Barbetta. Alexa Lynn Chumley. Alexandra Me Claypool. Ryan Richard Corley. Ivan Alejandro Correa. Ian Correa Rodriguez. Samantha Esparza Costa. Carson Brooke Counts. Christian Kyle Courtney. Jacob Cox. Zachary Alexander Kraft. Keelani Sky Cruz. Carter Ernest Cuellar. Andrew Joseph Curtin. Malin Lalani Davalos. Daniel Davila. Garrett Montgomery Davis. Jackson Dean Davis. Layla Soraya Davis. Matthew Todd Davis. A.B. Antonio De La Hernandez. Brianna Marie De Leon. Bradley Craig Dennis. Bailey Marie Duell. Brianna Marina Diaz. Christian Adrian Diaz. John Diaz. Faith Alexandria Latham. Dana Den Lee. Elizabeth Monique Lee. Traylon Latif Lee. Jackson Keith Lehman. Madison Noel Lemming. McKenna Nicole Rose Leveling. Sienna Michelle Dittmer. Abigail Naomi Dore. Ty Kastner Dorset. Olivia Grace Dove. Chelsea Marie Dunson. Isabel Audrey Duntley. Peyton Ashley Eck. Naya Karina Eckhart. Jonathan James Edward Eden. Colt Riley Edwards. Tyler James Everett. Antonio Isaiah Exum. Macy Victoria Farr. Hope Victoria Faulkner. Claire Nicole Fielder. Logan Lloyd Fincher. Melanie Elizabeth Fisher. Timothy Hunter Flores. Nicholas James Flores. Nalia Ray Fowler. Njeri Aziza Edwards. Mia Ray Ellsworth. Nicholas Christopher Elmore. Ryan Patrick Elting. Cheyenne Nicole Elvard. Sierra Dawn Elvard. Caitlin Morgan Emerson. Armando Esparza. Daniel Allen Espinoza. Lucas Estrada Marcos. Brandon James Hammond. Leilani Garcia. Luz Adriana Garcia. Pomai Aloha Gabriel Garcia. Valentina Garcia Barrera. Madison Gale Gardner. Hope Michelle Garrett. Brooklyn Sage Gatta. Alina Renee Gonzalez. Anthony Giovanni Gonzalez. Kelly Chandler Graham. Pope Noel Franklin. Chase Dalton Friesman. Donovan Lee French. Gabriela Frias Ortega. Joseph R.W. Fry. Joshua S.C. Fry. Toby Brock Fuller. Colin Anthony Fulton. Margaret Rose Gallagher. Lissandro Gallardo. Brianna Nicole Galvin. John Ryan Hickman. Dakari Diane Hill. That's Dakari Diane Hill. Joe Dylan Hill. Peyton Micah Hill. Caitlin Faith Hancock. Maxwell Ford Harrell. Ariel Martha Harris. Brianna Elizabeth Harris. Landon Scott Hartline. Jessica Ann Hartman. Ibrahim Faraq Hamad. Trey Allen Hawkins. Cambry Alyssa Han. Dylan Robert Howley. Edwin Lewis Hayden IV. Riley Ellen Henderson. Jared Connor Herbst. Alyssa Ann Greising. Bailey Elzora Lynn Griffin. Tyler Aiden Gus. Marvin Gutierrez. Trey Christopher Hackler. McKenna Ann Hayter. Carter Wayne Hale. Christian Elliott Haltom. Cameron Hurst. David James Kirby. And Mariah Daphne Irish. Jake Tyler Hout. Alyssa Michaela Jackson. Sierra Lachey James. Amber Janice. Rachel Renee Humphreys. Robert Angel Henahos. Joshua Michael Henshaw. Kylie Elizabeth Hobbs. Joshua Gage Holcomb. Hayden Ross Holland. Bradley Devon Holman. Avery Danielle Holmesley. Henry Harris Hotland. Brandon Chase Howard. Alexis Daniel Hernandez. Delia Cheyenne Hernandez. Dulce Maria Hernandez. Virginia Hernandez. Carlos Ivan Hernandez Ariza. Maya Bell Harold. Michael Arthur Klott. Arian Lamar Knight. Caden Lewis Coley. Kimberlia Olina Luis Bishop Korn. Claire Elizabeth Krause. Alyssa Lauren LaFontaine. Jacob Cole Landtizer. Aeneas Devon Lanier. Sterling Wade LaRoche. Julian Benjamin Hermio. Ava Rose Justice. Brian Dion Johnson. John Raiden Johnson. Avery Michaela Jones. Zachary Richard Kiefer. Kelsey Catherine Kinney. Daniel Wade King. Kennedy Renee King. Trinity Renee Howell. Trent Allen Hubbard. Ethan Christopher Hudson. Jacob Orrin Huff. Alyssa Cameron Lewis. Dante Lucas Lesion. Cassandra Renee Linthicum. Dion Tyrell Lipscomb. Christopher Miguel Lasario. Lauren Kathleen Litton. Chloe Cameron Lockwood. Laura Leanne Lohman. Minya Long. Dwayne Bowen Lopez. Mario Rafael Lopez. Michaela Lopez. Miriam Alexis Lopez. Philip Anthony Love. Paul Loya. Yacencia Sabidi Lona. Evan Clark Lunsford. Jason Tyler Lunsford. Erica Jade Maka. Natasha Bipin Masuria. Victor Antonio Martinez Jr. Race Parker Marcy. Kayla Nicole Marquez. Bethany Morgan Martin. Esme Martin. Joshua Patrick Martin. Alex Renee Martinez. Jose Luis Martinez. Joshua Michael Martinez. Diana Eliza Martinez Antion. Wendell Moises Mendegan. Chelsea Jean Mash. Jenna K. Massengale. Kaylee Isabel Matthews. Alejandro Israel Matos Negron. Cody Montrell Mayberry. Eli Mabel Kalala. Jordan Lee Makeda. Joshua Walker McBrayer. Madison Nicole McCauley. Lydia Elizabeth McCraw. Ezekiel McCrae. Madison Alexis McElroy. Nathan Xavier McIntosh. Jasmine McShell McNeese. Mackenzie Ashton McWhorter. Rhiannon Jocelyn Mead. Joshua Al Medina. Javon Greg Melendez. Malia Rianne Mendenhall. Joseph Lee Mendez. Sergio Mendez. Andrew Thomas Meyer. Matthew Frederick Michaels. Austin Walker Milburn. Sean Brandon Miles. Sierra Nicole Miller. Kinsley Michelle Mitchell. John Tyler Mitchell. Sanaya Yasmin Muhammad. Jagger Bram Moon. Atlantis Moore. Isabella Moore. Ryan Renee Morales. Isaac James Morales. Diego Marino Ramirez. Jared Harvey Morkin. Juliet Yangyani Moturi. Michaela Jade Murphy. Lexi Renee Murray. Kaylee Juanita Lynn Myers. Sean Christopher Nash. Jordan Michael Naylor. Dalvin Yadin. Manuel Negretti. Lizander Alberto Negron Santiago. Brandon Lee Newcomb. Courtney Grace Newcomb. Essence Newman. Lily Jade Marie Nichols. Keon Rashon Nixon. Brooke Deanne Noe. Gisela Paris Nunez Manriquez. Collins Mbaruk Nmori. Abigail Elizabeth O'Brien. Juliana Noel Ohm. Oyotundi David Oloatun. Danielle Vanessa Olivis Godwin. Yuritsa Onelis. Arnett Ornelis Baeza. Yael Orozco Esparza. Aramis Xavier Ortiz Vasquez. Gina Marie Osendowski. Clayton Lee Kyle Olstein. Matthew Christopher Oswald. Cielo Christine Ovielo. Cade William Owen. Gideon Roger Page. DeAvrion Darrell Parks. Jaylee Blaise Patterson. Jennifer Pena. Eternity Marie Perez. Mario Cruz Perez Jr. Victor Yoel Perez Aconda. Francisco Ariel Perez Vargas. Peyton Brooks Patterson. Hayden Elizabeth Petro. Zachariah Daniel Pugh. Narvan Patapon. Joel Anthony Phillip. Juan Mateo Placencia. Caitlin Nicole Pointer. Jocelyn Renee Pollard Sheely. Olivia Diane Ponsonby. Gavin Lee Scroggins. Moses Anthony Rodriguez. John Christopher Ramirez. Luis Alberto Ramirez. Richard Emmanuel Ramirez. Samaria Esperanza Ramirez. Rodrigo Guerrera Rangel. Alejandro Jesus Rangel Oliveras. Grace Elizabeth Reed. Hannah Elizabeth Regan. Yvonne Rico Benitez. Brian Rios. Zane Eric. Micah Blair Poteet. John Pareto. Faith Elizabeth Privet. James Anthony Prince III. Melissa Lavon Danilove Prince. Suzette Quezada. Dayton Hawk Puente. Christina Quimad. Jaden Walker Race. Reagan Andrea Sellens. Melanie Singh Vasai. Tyler Russell Salee. Taylor Bruce Salisbury. Matthew Blake Russell. Briley Vaughn Rushing. Cody Michael Rupert. Christopher Rubio Boatwright. Nicholas Logan Rossnagel. Sabrina Michelle Rosario. Jacqueline Marie Roper. Taylor Nicole Rohrbach. Elena Carlin Ryder. Anna Marie Rivera. Carson Cade Rivera. Haram Jacob Rivera. Bailey Renee Roberts. Braden Cole Roberts. Jamari Rashawn Robertson. Micaiah Haley Robinson. Naya Robinson. Courtney Rockwell. Alicia Manique Sharp. Jacob Shin. Blaine Brandon Sigmund. Vanessa Nicole Schrock. Haley Dawn Simpson. McKenna Blair Sims. Sarita Vonay Sims. Charlotte Macy Singwald. Logan Tyler Sisk. Gannon Palmer Slovacek. Jaden Sanchez. Taya Delane Sanders. Samantha Saucedo. Summer Shakoria Savage. Kristen Nicole Sholabo. China Faith Aaliyah Mycinia Smith. Hannah Jo Seafried. Savannah Brooke Snyder. Shaylee Rosalind Solis. Isaac Manuel Smith. Andrew Tyler Soriano. Luis Angel Soto Gonzalez. Julia Christine Spears. Jarrett Dylan Spears. Colton Reed Staley. Ethan Michael Starcher. Jakari Christopher Staten. Nicholas Stentz Garcia. Lawson Kenneth Stewart. Robert Edward Stewart. Madeline Page Stoppelman. Jalen Elijah Stonebreaker. Crichton Joseph Strittmatter. Krish Subedi. Carradine Deanne Kimberly Swanson. Ashley Michaela Tarver. Richard Roque Taylor, Jr. Micah Avery Teal. Elliot Thomas Teferi. Taylor Nicole Tiplachek. Alexander Loth Tomavong. Braden Riley Thomas. Skylar Dawn Thomas. Taylor Thomas. Lauren Estella Tolbert. Nicholas Ivan Torres. McKenna Grace Towery. Kobe Bray Tucker. Ethan Thomas Turner. McKaylee May Tyner. Noe Valdez. Stratton Aiden Weir. Allison Nicole Wiley. Ainsley Beth Williams. Hannah Caroline Williams. Aaliyah Diamond Rochelle Willis. Torrance Darrell Wiseman. Imaya Dawusu Wongbi. Ethan Tyler Tran. Dale Robert Treadway. Roberto Trejo Baeza. Aiden Riley Tremaine. Joel Armando Treviso. Keandre Javon Vassar. Alanis Vasquez Abrams. Valerie Cielo Veloz Musquiz. Irina Shea Vila. Kaylee Sol Villegas. Katie Caitlin Von Pennant. Miranda Blue Walden. Jaden Lynn Walker. Liam Riley Walker. Jimmy Eugene Wallen. Willis Michael Warren. Clifford Eugene Warren III. Malcolm Theodore Washington. Jennifer Aquino. Vianney Tushimir, Anthony Allen, Alyssa Dickerson, Jaden Mobley, Joseph Nash, Eric Sherman Jones, Kyle Kincaid Woodard, Sherilyn Eve Simeon, Samuel David Wright, Jacob Ryan Wurst, Jayshawn Wynn, Kendra Zupata, Madeline Page York, Saul Zapata, Jesse Angel Zuniga, Bailey Autumn Weiss, Dylan Wade Welch, Joseph Tyler Whelan, Anna Marie Whip,
We have a special song for you today. If I could have Trinity Howell please come up. And Trinity's going to be singing Whenever You Remember. Thank you, Trinity. Now, Senior Class Secretary Julia Spears will come forward for the closing remarks, which will be followed by the Boswell High School alma mater.
As we gather here today, I am so proud to say that even through all of the trials we faced, we made it. Standing here this morning, I am thanking God for the friends and teachers that have shaped us into the people we are and the people that we will become. Good, bad, or indifferent, we are all a part of each other's lives through reaching this milestone together. Gathering here today, I hope that you have all exceeded your expectations and fought hard with pioneer pride. With our year being cut short and the class of 2020 not getting the privileges that others do, I can proudly say that we have gotten through this with integrity to make it to our big day. To our admin, thank you for supporting us through the challenges we came upon and leading us to where we need to be. On behalf of all the seniors in this room, I think it's safe to say we lived out our senior year to its fullest potential. I would like everyone to look to your left and right to soak in this moment because it only comes once in a lifetime. Seniors, I am so extremely proud of the people we have become through the guidance of God and each other. This class will go down in history for being so supporting and loving of one another, and I wouldn't want to spend 4 years with anyone else. To end our ceremony and close our books once and for all, thank you for attending the class of 2020 graduation, and to all the friends and teachers here at Boswell, may our lives be happy and blessed.
Before we close, I want to thank you for your patience and cooperation with the social distancing requirements and health safety measures today. At the conclusion of the ceremony, please remain in your seats until an usher directs you to exit. Please use the same path and gate to exit the stadium as you used to enter and proceed directly to your vehicles. Graduates will meet their families at their parked vehicles. Per governor's order, there can be no loitering of any kind, including for photos or videos. Finally, please take any water bottles or disposable items with you so that our facility crew can sanitize the stadium in preparation for the next ceremony. Seniors, at this time, please rise. Parents and guests, please stand and join us for the singing of the Boswell High School alma mater. The words are located on the back of your program. Congratulations to you all on this great accomplishment. Graduates, at this time, would you turn your tassel from the right to the left, signifying to everyone here that you are now a graduate. Congratulations, 2020 graduates.